This is part of the podcast where I call it the rapid fire questions. So what I've done is I prepared 10 questions for you. So your task is really to give me an idea to these questions. So there's no right or wrong answers. You just need to give your experiences to them. And I think we'll be done. So are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. So the first question is, what's the first career you dreamt of having as a kid?
First career I dreamt was I always wanted to be a writer.
If you had to eat only one meal for the rest of your life, what will it be?
I'll go for ugali and skuma, but my unga has to be the whole meal.
Okay. So the third question, when you're not working, how do you like to spend your time?
Surprisingly, I'm always in thinking mode, so I usually just let loose, but my mind is always on the move. Yeah.
The fourth question, what are you afraid of most?
What am I afraid the most? I'll tell you, bad health. Just the worry of not feeling well. That is always a constant worry for me. Yeah.
The fifth question, where is one place you like to go that you haven't been?
One place, surprisingly, it's in this country. I'd love to go to Samburu. I've never explored a lot in this country, but I'd love specifically Samburu. Yeah.
What is your favorite book?
Favorite book? I've got quite a number, but I think there's this small book called, I don't know the author, but it's called 10 Commandments for Business Failure. And the book has been written by one of the CEOs of Coca-Cola, and he only talks about looking at Coca-Cola as an example, but he used the same Bible, 10 Commandments. Yeah. So this is 10 Commandments for Business Failure. It's such a nice book. I think I've read it so many times.
Yeah, okay. Sounds pretty good. So the seventh question, if you had to invite 3 people, dead or alive, to a party, who would they be?
One has to be my brother-in-law, Mike. The other person has to be my sister. I've got my sister called, would I put her? Oh, no, I won't put her. So I'll put Mike, I'll put my mom, and who's the other person? I'll probably put a lady by the name JD.
Okay. So the 8th question, what's something you've done that has made you extremely happy?
Something that I've done that has made me extremely happy. I wouldn't put one, but I would say every time I launch a new market, just that launch, I don't care about day 2, day 3. That one day, the door is open and it's running. I'm always over the moon. Yeah. So it's more of creating new stuff. Okay. So the 9th question, what quote resonates with you most? What quote resonates the most? I'm not a big reader of the Bible, but it has to come from the Bible. Yeah. And I think it's from the book of Proverbs. I've lived with that quote for many, many years. I don't know what line it is, but it says, laziness plunges man into deep sleep, and the sluggard sleeps hungry. I've always lived with that. Yeah,
that's pretty deep. So the last question, knowing what you know now, what advice would you give to your 18-year-old self?
What advice would I give to my 18? I don't know. What would I advise myself? What advice would I tell myself at 18? I think maybe to be more stubborn. And when I mean stubborn, is not stubborn, the tough-headed and all that. Stubborn in some of the things that I just want. Yeah. I've always known what I want, but I think I could have elevated that. I think from about age 11, I knew what I wanted. But at 18, I think I needed to be more,